Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to YOUheal Radio. Today, we are diving into a topic that touches the very core of our being, the fear of being judged, and how to confidently express our authentic selves. This is a journey of profound self-discovery, and I'm here with you. Let's start by acknowledging something fundamental. The fear of being judged is a deeply human experience. It's something that has touched us all at various points in our lives. I want to share a personal story, one that shaped me deeply and continues to remind me of the importance of authenticity. I was always a bit of a dreamer, even as a child. I loved to write stories and create imaginary worlds. But there was one story in particular that I held close to my heart. It was a story about a young girl who felt like she didn't belong, who was always trying to fit into molds that never quite fit. This girl was, of course, a reflection of myself. For years, I wrote this story in secret, afraid that if I shared it, people would see right through to the vulnerable parts of me. They'd judge me for my thoughts, my feelings, my very accents. In high school, I decided to take a creative writing class. The fear of sharing my work was overwhelming, but something inside me yearned to be seen, to be heard. One day, we were assigned to share a piece of writing with the class. My heart raced as I chose an excerpt from my story, a piece where the girl confronts her deepest fears and finally accepts herself. As I read, I felt exposed, like I was bearing my soul to the world. When I finished, there was a heavy silence in the room. I prepared myself for the worst, for the laughter, the judgment. But then something unexpected happened. One by one, my classmates began to share their own stories, their own fears and insecurities. That moment was a revelation. My vulnerability had created a space for others to be vulnerable too. It was like we were all unmasking ourselves, layer by layer, and finding that underneath, we were more alike than different. This experience taught me a crucial lesson. When we embrace our authentic selves, we create space for genuine connections. By showing up as we truly are, we invite others to do the same. It's like a ripple effect of authenticity and vulnerability. Now, I know it's not easy. The fear of judgment can be paralyzing, but here are a few gentle steps you can take to start expressing your true self more confidently. First, surround yourself with supportive people. Seek out friends, mentors, or communities where you feel safe to be yourself. Their encouragement can be a powerful antidote to the fear of judgment. I remember when I first joined a writing group in college. It was a small, intimate circle where we shared our work and gave each other feedback. The first time I read my story aloud, my voice trembled. But the group's response was encouraging and kind. They didn't focus on my flaws, but celebrated my efforts and creativity. It was in this space of support and understanding that I found the courage to to keep writing and sharing. Having a circle of supportive people can make a world of difference. They become mirrors reflecting our worth back to us, especially when we struggle to see it ourselves. They remind us that we are valued, not in spite of our vulnerabilities, but because of them. Second, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself and recognize that it's okay to be imperfect. We all are. Embrace your quirks and imperfections. They make you unique. There was a time when I was so critical of myself that I couldn't see anything good in my work. Every mistake felt like a confirmation of my worst fears. But then I started a practice of self-compassion. Each day, I write a letter to myself, acknowledging my efforts and offering words of kindness. I remind myself that everyone makes mistakes, and that is part of the journey. Over time, this practice transformed my inner dialogue. I began to see my imperfections not as failures, but as steps towards growth. Self-compassion allowed me to be gentle with myself, to embrace my humanity, and to find strength in my vulnerability. Third, take small steps. Start by sharing a little more of yourself with those you trust. Over time, you build the courage to expand your circle and show more of your true self to the world. I started small. I shared my story with a close friend first. Their reaction was supportive, and it gave me the courage to share with a few more friends, then classmates, and eventually with larger audiences. Each step felt like a mountain at first, but with each positive experience, my confidence grew. It's like building a muscle. The more you practice, the stronger you become. Every small step is a victory, and every victory builds your confidence to take the next step. Remember, expressing your authentic self is a journey, not a destination. It's about progress, not perfection. Each step you take, no matter how small, is a victory. As we close today's episode, I want to leave you with a gentle reminder. You are enough, just as you are. Your unique voice, your true self, is a gift to the world. Don't let the fear of judgment dim your light. Shine brightly, dear listener. Thank you for joining me today on YOUheal Radio. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need this message. And remember, we're in this journey together. Until next time, take care of yourselves and keep shining.